This video is sponsored by Clean My Mac X. Today is the day because we have the new 24-inch iMac in the box, and I have been waiting for this day since 2012 because that is the last time we have received a substantial upgrade to the design of what the iMac looks like. So since 2012, we have basically had this very similar looking iMac. The design did not change, and even going back to 2007, I mean, the design looked practically the same, except it got a little bit slimmer every year. This time we have something radically different. Not only is it coming in the old colors of the iMac G3, it is so thin. It is almost like an iPad on a stand. And even though there are controversial design elements like the white bezels and all that stuff, from the pictures, I really like this design, so I am so excited to unbox this and finally see this thing in the flesh. So without further ado, let's unbox this thing. You just gotta love the attention to detail on this box. Even the handle is color matching and everything about this box. Well done, Apple's design team. Very sticky. Ooh, we open that up. So you can see the iMac is in the box, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to open this thing. Oh, here we go. It's like a little compartment here that you undo. I'm trying not to mess anything up. Like, this is a big box. I gotta get this out of here. Oh wow, it is light. This is so light. This is incredibly light. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna take all this out of the box. Hold on, you know, I'm gonna do some editing here because let's just get this all out because this is too much for my desk. All right, I managed to take it out of the box. We got a lot of the accessories and stuff around here too. Before we look at that, I gotta open this right away. I am just too excited. Like, seeing the stand and everything, I can already tell, like, the design looks so good. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that attention to detail. Hello, color match to the blue and everything. Oh, let's peel this off. Almost feels like a shame to peel this off because, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. Wow. This looks incredible. Look at the back. There is a lot of stuff to peel off. And I almost sent the iMac flying because it's so thin and light. I think that's everything. I think we peeled everything off. Look at this thing. Look at how thin this iMac is. That is razor thin. They really, you know, when I was looking at the colors online, I wasn't sure if they'd be so bold in the front. If you look at stuff like the redesigned iPad Air with its new colors, they're kind of muted. It almost looks like a silver. I assure you, what you're seeing on video looks pretty accurate. This thing has a really nice blue color to it. And again, let's turn it around to the back. That is, wow, that is a nice dark blue. It looks so much better than the iPhone blue. Oh wow, it looks so good. This is the iMac design that I've been waiting for quite some time. I always thought they should have brought back the colors a lot faster than they did. And yeah, here we finally have them. Colors are back in the iMac. You can see that this is the model that is above the base model. This is actually maxed out on everything. So we got 2 terabytes of storage, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and that's it. That's all you can customize on this iMac. And that does come with the 4 ports. So you get 2 Thunderbolt ports and 2 USB-C ports. So I don't even know what to do with this thing. We gotta like, yeah, I don't think I planned this unboxing out too well. But here's the iMac. Let's take a look at everything else because I ordered all the accessories as well. So you can see that this is the new Magic Keyboard. And if we go ahead and unwrap that, you can see that, you know, basically looks the same as the old Magic Keyboard, except now it has a blue finish to color match my blue iMac. And you can see over here, this is Touch ID in the power button. You can also see the attention to detail even in the cable you're connecting this to. So this is a Lightning to USB-C braided cord, and yes, it's in a shade of blue. If we bring over the trackpad over here, well, you're getting the same exact thing. So obviously it's the white trackpad up top here, but if you look at the sides, you can see that, yeah, it is matching in the same shade of blue. Like I mentioned, I went all out. I got everything for you guys. So we also got the Magic Mouse here. And again, blue color matching all around, white on top. So nice accent colors to this blue iMac. Even the power cord, yes, even the power cord is color matching. I mean, this is just insanity. Like, how many different SKUs did Apple make just to make sure that everything was color matching on such a low volume product, right? The iMac. Like, out of all the products that Apple sells, I'm sure the iMac is low on the list when you're comparing it to iPhones, iPads, and MacBooks. But yeah, look at this thing. Color matching, you got the blue over here, and even the inside of this cable is color coordinated with the rest of the Mac. And dare I not forget, the most essential part to any new Apple computer. You know it's coming. You know what we have to do. A blue Apple sticker. Not just one blue Apple sticker. 2 blue Apple stickers matching the back and then the front and the stand color. So you get 2 blue Apple stickers. Like how much? How much do you pay for this? Like this is easily like $1,000 on eBay. All right, the moment I've been waiting for. Let's turn this on. Let's see. Oh, the speakers already sound good with that startup sound. They already sound good. Wow. This is such an awkward angle. This is not my greatest filming moment. But I wanted it to be authentic. So, you tell me, authenticity versus good camera work. What wins out? Ooh, well, we got both. We got the trackpad and the mouse. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna do trackpad. I like the trackpad a little bit better than the mouse. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Cycling through all the hellos. What a cool thing. All right, so we unboxed the iMac. Now I gotta do all my setup and stuff. So I'm gonna take my time doing that. And then I'm gonna come back and give you some of my first initial impressions. One of the first programs I like to install when I get any new Mac is our sponsor for this video, Clean My Mac X. That's because Clean My Mac X is already 100% fully optimized for Apple Silicon with incredibly fast performance and a new design that looks right at home with macOS Big Sur. Not only does Clean My Mac X look great, but its intuitive interface is also easy to use to make sure your Mac always runs like new and comes with a simple one-button smart scan that will quickly scan your Mac for large files, system junk, malware, and give you some recommendations on how to boost the speed and optimize your Mac. And I know you're thinking, Greg, I know how to delete files on my Mac, but this goes beyond deleting simple files you see, because Clean My Mac X deep scans your Mac for temporary files and app leftovers that aren't so easy to find manually. Clean My Mac X is also useful for getting rid of older 32-bit apps which are no longer supported on newer versions of macOS. Just look at how many useless apps I had on my own system, still needlessly taking up space and system resources. And don't take my word for it, because you can try Clean My Mac X for yourself for free by using the link in the description below. So make sure you check out the sponsor for this video, Clean My Mac X, and thank you so much to Clean My Mac X for sponsoring this video. All right, I've been using the iMac for a few hours now, and I am back with some of my initial impressions on this device. So one of the first things I'll say is the screen on this looks absolutely gorgeous, which is no surprise to me. If you've ever used the 4K or 5K iMac, I think it's one of the best monitors you can possibly get. And this, 4.5K, 23.5 inches technically. I know Apple calls it a 24 inch, but if you measure it out, it's 23.5 inches. This display looks absolutely amazing. It is just really good. It gets nice and bright, up to 500 nits of brightness. The P3 wide color gamut is really nice on it as well. You get all the colors that you'd want if you're doing like photo or video editing. And also just the sharpness of the display with that 4.5K resolution. Again, I'm sitting pretty close to this display and I cannot see individual pixels. And I also think, this screen size, this 24-inch screen size, is a good middle ground. I always thought the 21.5-inch iMac was just a little bit too small. That smaller size in recent years always kind of felt like a toy monitor. And, it was something that I couldn't personally see myself using full time. But sitting in front of this display, this is totally something that I could use full time to run this YouTube channel. It's a little bit smaller than the 27-inch display that I'm used to, but I would feel really comfortable using this as my full-time display. I'll also say the speakers on a device that is this thin are really impressive. The samples I've done so far, everything I've listened to sounded fuller than I was expecting it to, and I guess that really shouldn't be a surprise. Apple usually does a good job on their speaker systems, and especially in the iMacs. iMac speakers in the past have always done a good job, but again, when you're getting this thin of a design, you're kind of expecting a downgrade here, and that's just not the case. Speakers sound good, and it's paired with an excellent display. The design of this iMac, I know it was so controversial when people first saw the first unveiling of it. It almost seemed like 50% of the people liked it and 50% of the people hated it. Overall, I really, really like it. It's probably no surprise to you considering when I first saw the images of it, I said that I liked it. But I gotta say, when you look at the pictures online, when you're looking at them, they do look very 3D rendery. And when you see this thing in person, you definitely get to appreciate the design more. I would say that if you didn't like the design when you saw it online, when you see this in person, I think it just looks better than how it photographs. In the short time I've been using it, things like the white bezels around it have not bothered me. That I don't find them distracting at all, and I don't feel like they would impact, me in any way professionally. Like if I'm editing a video, I don't think just because it has a white bezel around it, like that's gonna impact my color grading. Not like my color grading's great anyway. I mean, you can look at this footage, so maybe I'm not the best example to go with. But overall for me, it's not like, oh my God, there's white bezels in front of me, I'm so distracted. So, I'm looking at it right now, and again, it just kind of blends in for me. And of course, that brings me to the M1 processor. Something that also was kind of like, well, is the M1 good enough for an iMac? Now, if you're going like 27-inch iMac, maybe you were expecting something more. On a 24-inch iMac, it makes sense. We're replacing what was on the 21.5-inch iMac, and, one of the things I really don't have to test out too well for this review is the M1 chip, because I've been using the M1 MacBook Pro, M1 MacBook Air, and M1 Mac Mini interchangeably as my main computers ever since those were released, and I actually stopped using my 27-inch fully spec'd out Intel iMac. So, I can already tell M1 performance on this machine is going to be great. Everything I've used so far feels super snappy, just like any of the other M1 machines. And I'm sure when I go to edit this video later on the M1 iMac, I'm sure the export times and the smoothness of editing in the Final Cut Pro timeline, it's just gonna be there. Everything's gonna be smooth. Export times are gonna be ridiculously fast. And just overall, you're going to get a machine that is probably going to be very quiet. And all the time I've been using this, if I'm listening right now, I don't hear any fans. In fact, I'm actually using a light up here that has a built-in fan in it. I can hear the fan going on in a light. I cannot hear the fan spinning up in this iMac at all. That's one of the things I do want to test though. I want to really render some video for a long time. I really want to see if I can hear the fans in this spin up, because on some of the other M1 computers like the Mac Mini, you rarely hear that fan spin up. I'm guessing it's going to be the same for the iMac. It's a different enclosure though. It's very thin, so maybe there'll be some surprise there. Maybe the fan will be loud, but I significantly doubt it. Also, I really like that Apple has finally added Touch ID into the external Magic Keyboard, and it works just like Touch ID does on any of the MacBooks that have it. So overall, I really like this 24-inch iMac. I know I just got it. Maybe things will change, right? It's hard to judge a product when you first get it. That's why you should wait for a full review. This isn't a full review. This is, first impressions. But I gotta say, overall, I am really impressed with the new iMac. Love the design, love the display. Speakers are great. Even the webcam and the microphone from my, little initial test. Here's just a really quick test recording I'm doing with the 24-inch iMac's webcam and the internal microphones. The internal microphones are supposed to be good. The webcam's also supposed to be good. I guess it looks good. This isn't really the best setup though. We kind of got just like a white wall. I feel like I'm recording a Nostalgia Critic video, but this is what I got for the quick test. Looks good, except for this ugly face in the frame. But other than that, this is a big improvement from the MacBook's webcam. This really feels like the iMac redesign that I have been waiting for. It is a much more modern take on what the iMac should look like. It's almost like having an iPad on a stand. But I think that's all I can say in this video so far, so hopefully you liked it. If you did, please give me a like. If you want to see more from the channel, again, including a full review of this 24-inch iMac, make sure you're subscribed. I got a lot more to test, a lot more to cover, and I'll do it a bit more coherently than in this video, because again, this was very, first impression, so I'm sorry if all my thoughts aren't together yet. And so check out the later video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.